Hello, everyone, and welcome to Around South Jersey. You must know what the show's about because all you do is look at my shirt. There, yeah, that's it. Got the shirt on. And George put us up on the scoreboard at Citizens Bank Park. And with me is one of the best engineers in South Jersey, one of the biggest Phillies fans you'll ever know, is Bill Rafferty. Bill, so good to see you, man.
It's good to be back.
Yeah, it's great to have you back. And Bill's got all the information. And we did find out.
Yeah, don't show the desk.
We did find out today
they
that
are showing
the Phillies won 4-2.
4-2, yep.
And Aaron Nola was the winning
Presumably
pitcher.
was the winning pitcher.
I suspect he was. Yeah. It was interesting, Bill. Obviously, we followed them last year. They had a tremendous season, finishing one of the top teams in all baseball, right? And this is interesting because I have the season tickets and I've had them for, this will be my 21st year in the Hall of Fame. And last year they made the playoffs, so you have to send the Phillies, I think it was like $9,000 or something for the playoff tickets because I have 2 seats in parking in the Hall of Fame. They're not inexpensive. But what was interesting was they only made the first 2 games.
That's right.
So I got a lot of credit for this year. And this is another funny story. My son Gary is vice president of NBC Sports. So I have Mike Vizard and Bob Connor who go in with me on the Phillies tickets. So I gave Bob the first game and Mike the second game in the Hall of Fame area. But fortunately for me, my son Gary got the NBC tickets. So we're sitting in section 133. And when you go, Bill, where do you usually sit?
Ooh, just to the right of the Phillies dugout. I think it's section 105.
Yeah, it would be, right. I guess what's been interesting for me was all the years that I've been going, I've been sitting mostly all that time, in fact, all the time in seats 1 and 2 in row 8, section 215. It's right even with the scoreboard, in fact, on the Hall of Fame level. Well, the game we went to where I sat in section 133, I realized why I liked the Hall of Fame. I went to go to the bathroom. There were 20 people ahead of me in line. And, of course, the game sold out, obviously.
Of course.
And then went to get some food, I guess. And there were like 15 people ahead there. We're in the Hall of Fame. Never have to wait for the bathroom.
Yeah, that's true.
Never have to wait for the food. So there, I'm lucky. But I've also, Phil Van Enden and I shared some seats down at section 119. It's nice being on the level that you're on, that regular level. But after all these years, I love where I am. And I was telling Bill that my ticket agent last year and this year is a super young man whose last name is Luciano. And everybody knew Duke Luciano,
sure.
Right? Well, this is Duke's great-grandson. And
wow.
He's only 27, but what a great kid. And it's nice to be able to have a guy from Vineland that's our ticket person there as well. So, Bill, what did you think about last season? Were you pleased?
No.
Now, tell everybody why not.
Because they caved in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I mean, yes, during the regular season, I was there the night they clinched first place.
Wow.
One of the noisiest crowds I ever saw.
Well, you would mention that. And the other thing that I find when I had whenever I went to a playoff game, the year before I had more games in my own seats, I had to stand the entire time to watch the game. I'm thinking I'm paying $100, $200 a seat, and I got to stand because everybody is standing and screaming and all that stuff. So it's like, oh man, this isn't fun, But people were excited.
I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Can you explain to your viewers why a guy named Quinn and a guy named Rafferty on St. Patrick's Day are not wearing green?
Well, behind us is a green screen. And all that stuff you see behind us,
we can't see it.
That you can't see the green screen. Bill and I can see it. And I was telling Bill one time, years ago, Jody Farabella, the chief of police, came in to do a show with a green shirt on. I had to send him home. So all you could see was his head. So that's why us Irishmen are wearing red for the Phillies rather than green for St. Paddy's Day, right?
Right.
Have you been to Ireland, Bill?
Twice.
Really?
Beautiful.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Especially a town called Cork.
Yeah.
And which turns out to be the final port of call for Titanic.
Oh, was it really?
And it It left Cork
Oh, wow. I didn't know
and never got to New York.
Oh, my goodness. I had a wonderful time when I went to Ireland. I had the like the people that were on the Donegal Development Corporation come to Millville, and we did a arts district sort of swap information and stuff. So I rolled out the red carpet for them when they were here, and then when I went to Ireland, my goodness, they treated me like royalty. I got to meet, Prime Minister. I was actually Bill. They did a newspaper, the Donegal Democrat. 2 weeks after Bill Clinton had been on the whole front page, I was on the whole front page.
Oh, my goodness.
And Ballyshannon, Ireland, they had a reenactment of their entire city history for just my former wife and I. That was, we went through all that. So
Wow.
It was just amazing. And of course, I traveled the whole state.
Yeah, sure.
And I have cousins who live in Limavady, which is technically in Northern Ireland.
Right.
And got to see them as well. So it is a beautiful place, almost as nice as Germany, right?
Almost.
somebody
Two
you know
different
in Germany?
countries, different cultures, but they're both beautiful. My father's parents are from County Donegal,
Oh, no kidding.
so they
that's cool.
emigrated after the potato famine.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how they ended up in Philadelphia, but they did, Fourth and Arch,
I'll be darned.
and that's where my father was born.
Huh. What did your dad do?
He he was a salesman.
Uh-huh.
In the early days, he sold cars, and in the later time, he sold life insurance.
Okay. That's good.
Very personable
That's
guy.
where you get that person.
Yeah, that's exactly.
You could sell ice cubes with Eskimos.
Well, I've tried.
Bill was how many years were you the county engineer?
4 years in the late 70s and 2 years 10 years ago. So 6 altogether.
Okay. Yeah.
Then after that, in between, I was the city engineer in Atlantic City.
That's right.
I had 3 tours there.
Well, at least you didn't go to jail.
Well, I left after my first tour. The guy took my place, guy from Millville, Jerry Kilby.
Oh,
Great-
yeah, I knew
great
Jerry.
guy.
Uh-huh.
Well, he died.
Oh, that's right.
And then they asked me to come back.
Yeah.
So I came back a second time, and then I retired, and then they asked me to come back a third time, so I unretired. And it was a great gig.
That's fantastic. I missed you, the county, because I was county freeholder
Yes, that's
from
right.
83 to 91. Jim Charles was there
Yeah,
when
he took my place.
Yeah, okay, so that's where I missed you there. But then Tony Cerise or one of my friends said they had you when they were
Yeah.
there.
On my second tour.
Okay.
He was on the, well,
Right.
I'll always call them freeholders. This commissioner thing
Yeah,
is
I
a bunch
know.
of,
Yeah,
well, I
it's
can't
tough.
say it on
Yeah,
the air,
it's
but
tough to recall, all
Stuff.
that. Yeah. It's
and
very-
Tony was wonderful to work for.
Yeah, he's a super friend. He's a great, great guy. But
And
then
I didn't know this. I knew he was the football coach, but I didn't know he was also the baseball coach.
Yeah,
So I was asking him about that, and he says, I loved baseball.
yeah.
He said that was so much fun.
Yeah, he did really well. In
I
fact,
don't think he meant football wasn't, but
no, I'm sure he loved both. In fact, it was Carl from WVLT,
Hempel.
Hempel, thank you. He was saying to me when he ran the American Legion baseball, Carl
Right.
did for Bridgeton, and Tony did for Millville. He said Tony was a really good coach. He was very competitive to play against, so they had good competition going for them. But speaking of baseball, it was disappointing last year. The Phillies only played maybe 3 games or 4 games, whatever. 4. Yeah, they 2 at home and 2 with the Mets, right?
They just ran out of gas. I mean, they won 95 games, which
Yeah.
was the second best in the league. The Dodgers won 98.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure.
But they just were nothing in the well. Finishing first means you skip the first round of the playoffs,
Right.
and I don't think that's an advantage.
No, you're right.
'Cause they
That's
had a
what
week
used the
off,
momentum.
and
Yeah,
they lost their
good point.
momentum.
Good point, Bill. Yeah.
And I found out baseball, probably more than any other sport, requires timing.
Yeah.
And if you don't play for a week,
Yeah. Yeah, your timing is off. And the one thing, that frustrated me, and I think Bill and I talked about it before in the air, that they could hit home runs, but then they'd strike out. There wasn't a lot of small ball,
Yeah.
Singles, doubles, that type of thing. It was either a home run or a strikeout. And I'm not sure. I don't know this year, Bill. Do you think Schwarber will lead off again?
yes, I do.
Oh, do you really?
Although
Okay.
he's not hitting well. He's in spring training. He is hitting. What is he hitting? 121.
Wow. Yeah.
And his buddy Castellanos is hitting $125.
Yeah, I was really disappointed with Castellanos, and sometimes he'd go on a little bit of a streak, but awful lot of strikeouts.
And Turner disappeared in the playoffs.
Well, he did, didn't he?
Bohm disappeared in the playoffs.
Yeah, and I like
Bohm,
him.
though, is having a good spring. He's hitting .344.
They were talking about getting rid of him.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I hope they keep him.
I do, too. At least he was...
He
to
can play
me-
more than one position.
Yeah, right, exactly. And he's a pretty good hitter. He would get the bat on the ball where the others wouldn't. Right now in spring training, the Phillies did win today, so their record is 12-9.
Okay.
And I guess the next best one is the Pirates at 13-10, from what I see here. And Atlanta, I don't know. Atlanta's 15-9, so they're actually, well,
The Braves are having
they've
a good spring.
They've got more losses than the Phillies. But as you look at the teams, there are 3 really good teams in the National League. Tell them who they are, Bill.
Atlanta, the Mets, and the Phillies.
Yeah.
And that's the order I have them in.
For this year?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and one of the things is, Zach Wheeler is the ace of the staff.
He's 34.
That's what I was going to say. He's getting older. Nola's probably, 36?
Nola is 31.
Nola, is that young? I didn't realize.
And Sanchez is 28. Ranger Suarez is really coming back.
Oh, that's great.
He's 29.
Yeah.
And they have a young kid named Andrew Painter,
I keep reading about
who's
him.
21.
Wow.
He didn't play last year or the year before.
Yeah.
Tommy John.
Oh, okay.
So I imagine he'll start in Reading. Then they'll
Yeah.
probably move him up
Yeah.
to Lehigh Valley.
Right.
And maybe in August they'll bring him up to the big club.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see. That Hayes guy, really disappointing. The pitcher, let's see, look at the pitchers, I guess.
I thought you were going to say my buddy Jesus Luzardo.
How's he doing?
He's the one that gave up 3 consecutive home runs
Oh, my goodness.
while the television people were interviewing the manager.
Oh, jeez.
So great timing.
Huh.
But
Taiwan Walker is the one. Taiwan Walker, what a zero he was
Yeah,
last
yeah.
year. They got him listed as a relief pitcher. I'm sure it'll be long relief when they're just about out of the game,
He's somewhat improved. His earned run average is 3.8.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I heard he's
last year he was almost an automatic loss.
Yeah, he really, first few innings, and then they'd kill him.
I am seriously concerned about the Phillies' age.
Yeah, it's a good point, because Wheeler's 34, right?
Let's see. Kepler's 32. Marsh 27. Castellanos 32. Turner 31. Harper 32. Real Muto 34.
Yeah, and that's your best catcher in the league, really, but he's getting older. Yeah, I can't believe Mike Trout's 34.
I hate to say this, but I think his best days are behind him. He's just gotten hurt too much.
Well, I did see, Bill, and folks, if you didn't read it, they've switched him to right field instead of center field, which makes sense because he's had problems with his injuries, legs, stuff like that. So he won't have to run as much from right field as he did with center. This is a cute story. Years ago, I was with WMVB, and we carried the Phillies. And so once in January, they would make the tours and let the radio stations host our sponsors and all that stuff. So this one year, the luncheon was at the White Sparrow on
I
Dulce
remember
Drive
that.
in Vaughan.
Great place.
Yes, it was. So we had the luncheon there, and Jay Johnstone was speaking, and he had just gotten to the Phillies last year. And he said he was so confused when he got to the Phillies because he said every time a ball was hit in the outfield, he'd hear Greg Lazinski say, G-I-G, G-I-G. And he finally said, Greg, what are you saying? He said, get it, Gary. Because Gary Maddox was the center fielder, and Bull was not a real good running left fielder. So it was anywhere between mid-left field and center field. G-I-G, G-I-G. In fact, I told Gary Maddox's sister that she worked in one of the concession stands up on the third level, and she was laughing. And He was a heck of a ball player.
Oh, wonderful. And a really nice guy.
Yeah.
When I was in Atlantic City, he stopped by to see Mayor Whalen, and Mayor Whalen called me up to meet him.
Oh, that's
Boy,
nice.
is he tall.
Yeah.
I'm 6'1". He has to be 6'4" or 6'5".
Wow. Well, that's surprising, too, because you look at the player down in the field, you think, they don't look that tall.
They don't look that
But
big.
when you get next to them, they are. We're talking with Bill Rafferty about our favorite Philadelphia Phillies baseball team. We'll be back to talk more about the Phillies right after these messages.
Thunderbolt Area Federal Credit Union is your hometown team for banking. We offer banking which is small town focused and customer based. We know you and we are for you. Thunderbolt Area Federal Credit Union is a nonprofit and federally insured. Solid as a Thunderbolt airplane, we are your team. Thunderbolt Area Federal Credit Union, 1601 Cedar Street.
Hi, I'm Bob Millard, President of Thunderbolt Area Federal Credit Union. Come see us and experience banking as it used to be.
Many people treat their health like a game. With Complete Care Health Network, it's easy to start your healthcare journey. Just select from our specialties and schedule online, by phone, or on our app. Our entire team communicates with one another, so everyone works together on your total health. Plus, we make it even easier with all of these additional benefits. Level up your health with us. Complete Care Health Network. No games, just great health care for everyone.
More than a century ago, General Tire was born, right here in America. Since then, we've made a name for ourselves by making tires you can depend on. Tires built to handle any road this country can throw at them, and relied on by every kind of driver. So you know that no matter where life takes you, with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
At Mintz Insurance, we're proud to have been serving our customers for nearly 80 years, offering 30 different insurance products for your auto, home, and business. And to help ensure that you're getting the best rates possible, we give you up to 3 quotes for every policy, so you can choose what's right for you. At Mintz, we're part of the community, local representatives, supporting events, and proud of it. It's part of who we are. Mintz Insurance. Call today and find out how we can help you save on insurance, or visit us at mintzinsurance.com.
Welcome back to Around South Jersey. My guest is Bill Rafferty, another big Phillies baseball fan, and once a year Bill and I take a look at the Phillies as their season will be progressing. And during the break, you had mentioned about Mike Trout and when he's coming into town, Bill.
Yes, July 18th, 19th, and 20th. It's right after, it's a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, right after the All-Star break.
That's good. I was saying to Bill, I put together the Bill Giles suite, and had 75 people come. And unfortunately, Mike didn't get to play. He was out injured, but the people enjoyed the game. And this year, hopefully, Mike will be back on track and be able to perform the way he has been able to. I mean, he's certainly one of the best baseball players in America, but I can't believe he's 34 years old. I remember when he was 5. I was the mayor of Millville. He was 5. Or maybe he'll be 34 this year.
He will be 34 in August.
Okay,
His
that's
birthday's
it. Yeah,
August
thank you.
7th.
Okay. Yeah, I do remember it was.
And in my
August.
humble opinion, he's a first-round Hall of Famer.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. If he hadn't been injured, my God, he could have been, the best baseball player ever. I mean, I remember when he got drafted, people were comparing him to Mickey Mantle. I'm going, oh, yeah, sure. Actually, he's probably better than Mickey because he didn't drink.
Yeah. And somebody else compared him to Willie Mays. And the guy who was manager of the Texas Rangers took great umbrage at it. I can't remember his name now, but he said, Willie Mays was the best player I ever saw. Let's give Mike 10 years and then we'll talk.
Yeah, well, understandable in that aspect of things.
Willie Mays was the best player I ever saw.
Oh, my God, I remember some of those catches he made. They were
And he made it look easy.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? That's the truth. Speaking of catches, obviously we're all excited that Buddy Kennedy looks like he's going to make the roster.
Yeah.
In fact, Bill, what's he? He's not.
He's not hitting very well in spring training. He is hitting 160.
Yeah, but
He's a good fielder.
Yeah, he's a good infielder. They put him in left field the other day, and I saw where they said there was a couple things they wish he had been able to do there. But what a great kid. one of the neatest shows I've ever done was interviewing him and his grandpa, Don Money.
Oh,
And
I didn't know.
you didn't know Don's?
No, I knew Don, but I didn't
Yeah,
know that they were.
that's his grandson. Yeah. In fact, it's funny, his mom, Don's daughter and Buddy's mom, they interviewed her and she said, well, 40 years ago or whatever, she said, I was here, I was Don Money's daughter, and now I'm here and I'm Buddy Kennedy's mom. So she played two roles, and
Yep.
Don was such a great ball player. Of course, he was there before Mike Schmidt, and then they shipped him to
Yeah.
Milwaukee.
He's also the answer to a trivia question.
Okay.
First home run at the Vet,
Oh, that's right. I do remember that.
and I was
Yeah.
there. It was
Were you
opening
really?
day.
No kidding.
And Diane will tell you, I've never left a baseball game, but I left that one in the fifth inning. It was so cold.
Oh,
It
that's
was
a
cold
shame.
and windy. But I saw Don hit the home run.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Before you left? Oh,
Yeah.
that's good.
And then I said, let's get out of here.
Boy, that's the other nice thing about the Hall of Fame. If it gets
Yeah.
cold, you go inside
Yeah.
and watch it on TV. It's warm, and vice versa. If it's real hot, you can go inside and cool off and watch it on the television as well. I've become good friends with the PA announcer,
Dan Baker?
Dan Baker. Yeah, what a nice guy.
Oh, super guy.
Well,
He's not well, is he?
well, he had cancer, face cancer. You can see his face, folks, where it's like messed up a little bit from the surgery. He seems to be doing okay now. He had that about 5 years ago, I guess. And I didn't realize he and I both went to Rowan Woods Glassboro at the time, and we graduated the same year
Oh, I didn't know that.
in 1968 when President Johnson came with he was there for our graduation thing. But Dan is such a nice guy, and Dave Hitchner, in fact, he just put together the South Jersey Hall of Fame induction this past Saturday, and Ricky Batalico was inducted. And you
Okay.
remember
Yeah,
Ricky.
I remember Ricky.
And he still does some color commentating.
After the post-game
the
show.
Right, yes, with
Michael Barkett.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, he was a very good reliever. He really was. So
Yeah.
they inducted him, and it's nice that they've expanded it to the South Jersey Hall of Fame. Dan Baker was there, and several other Philly officials were there as well. Did you ever meet Charlie Manuel?
No, I never did.
What a nice guy. Yeah, this is a funny story. I've had season tickets forever. So what they do is they invite you to a breakfast in January before they go to spring training. So I went up to this breakfast, oh gosh, it's been quite a long time ago because it was before Mike Trout was ever thought of. And we got talking, and I knew Jeff Trout had played for
Minnesota.
the Twins
Yeah.
farm minor league system. And I asked Charlie, I said, do you remember Jeff Trout? He said, I sure do. He was one of the best hitters I ever had. And I thought, really? He said, yeah.
That's high praise.
It was. I mean, I wasn't looking for that.
Charlie
from him.
was a hitting coach.
Yes, exactly. And then this was before Mike came along, and then I'm sure Charlie had to be very impressed that Dad
Yeah.
taught Mike very well
Yeah.
also. And of course, Jeff Trout was also the baseball coach, followed Tony Cerise in Millville as
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about
yeah,
that.
he did a job as a baseball coach, and I got Jeff to run for city commission, and I finished number one. He finished right behind me as number two.
And wasn't he a freeholder too?
Yes, he was. Then he left me. He went to the freeholders. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
my original appointment, I got a copy of the resolution, and he was one of the ones that voted
Yeah.
for it. He said, "Thank you, Jeff."
Yeah. See, that was the monsoon season where the Republicans won because
Yeah.
the Democrats. It's hard to get them out to vote, and when it's raining, they're not going out to vote. So Mike and Art Marchand, and I think, the judge, were the three that won during that period of time, and I think that's the year. Was that 20?
That was 07.
Okay, and then
That was the year I got appointed anyway.
Well, that's
I
good.
was probably on the board before that, but
yeah, that's true. He won with me in '97, and then somewhere in 2004, maybe or 5, whatever, he ran and got elected freeholder. Well, it's interesting talking about elections. My son Gary is good friends with Mark Cuban. I don't know if you know Mark Cuban from
the owner of the
Yeah.
basketball team,
right? Yeah, and
and one of the
Tank.
Sharks.
Yes, yeah, the Shark Tank. And I really like the guy. And I said to Gary, this has probably been 6 years ago, 7 years ago, maybe longer. I said, do you think Mark Cuban would be interested in running for president? So he texted me. He said, my dad wanted to know if you thought you'd want to be interested someday in running for president. And he texted him back and said, tell your dad thanks, but I wouldn't do that to my family. But as you look at the situation, you've got President Trump, who is a celebrity. He had his own Celebrity Apprentice show. His name's everywhere.
Yeah.
Golf courses, buildings, casinos, you name it. And, you know, that recognition is unbelievable. So it's tough for the woman that ran against him and whatever. I mean, it's difficult because his name is a household name for most people. I mean, I watched The Celebrity Apprentice, and of course I met him down at the casino and things like that. So I thought if anybody would have an opportunity, of course now Trump's not going to be able to run again, but if anybody had an opportunity maybe to give Trump a run for his money, it would be another billionaire celebrity.
Yeah,
which is what
that's
Wayne
true.
And Mark has gotten more involved. I've seen articles, and he disagrees with Trump on many financial articles and things like that. But anyway, I just really like the guy. He's a really nice guy.
I have a cute Charlie Manuel story.
Oh, yeah?
It's early in his career with the Phillies.
Right.
They won the game. Post-game show, he comes on, and he talked for about 3 or 4 minutes, and when it was finished, Diane said, what did he say? I says, I don't know. He was a terrible public speaker.
Yeah, he had that southern slang or whatever. It was like, yeah, I remember Jeff. But I actually, during the COVID period, they had me move over from where my seats were, I don't know why, to the others, like the other side of the section, basically. But it put me right in front of Charlie Manuel and Larry Boa. They sat in the suite right behind me.
Okay.
So I was able to talk to both of them from time to time, and just a very nice guy, Larry.
Yes, he is.
I mean, but Charlie's really nice. Yeah. Larry's got a hot temper, but he's.
We were having dinner at the Palm one night.
Oh,
and Larry comes in and sits in the booth next to us.
Oh, that's cool.
Very, very, I just said hello to him.
Yeah.
And he was very pleasant.
Oh, that's good. Glad
Not like he is on the field.
Yeah, he gets intense on the field, but he was a heck of a shortstop.
Yes, he was.
For the Phillies as well. And, as we talk about the team, when we come back, we're going to take a look at the probable starting lineups, which will be, Bill, you said it's the season opens
Thursday the 27th.
27th in Washington.
10 days from today.
Okay.
In Washington, 4 o'clock start.
Okay. So anyway, when we come back, we'll take a look at the probable starting lineup right after these messages.
At Mintz Insurance, we're proud to have been serving our customers for nearly 80 years, offering 30 different insurance products for your auto, home, and business. And to help ensure that you're getting the best rates possible, we give you up to 3 quotes for every policy, so you can choose what's right for you. At Mintz, we're part of the community, local representatives, supporting events, and proud of it. It's part of who we are. Mintz Insurance. Call today and find out how we can help you save on insurance, or visit us at mintzinsurance.com.
In Cumberland County, let's recycle right. We recycle cardboard, paper, aluminum, tin, and plastics number 1 and 2. Look for the 3-arrow triangle usually on the bottom of the plastic container. The number in the center determines the plastic number. Remember to recycle only number 1 and 2 plastics. Plastic bags, plastic film, hoses, and wires are not recyclable. They can damage sorting equipment and create hazardous working conditions. Don't trash our future. Do the right thing. Remember, reduce, reuse, and recycle.
C&H Disposal Service has provided customers with the best customer service possible since 1981. C&H Disposal Service provides trash removal, dumpster rentals, septic cleaning, repair and installation, septic system certifications, portable restroom rentals, and demolition. With great customer service and competitive pricing, C&H Disposal Service has you covered at the home and on the job. C&H Disposal Service. Stick with the best.
Thunderbolt Area Federal Credit Union is your hometown team for banking. We offer banking which is small town focused and customer based. We know you and we are for you. Thunderbolt Area Federal Credit Union is a nonprofit and federally insured. Solid as a Thunderbolt airplane, we are your team. Thunderbolt Area Federal Credit Union, 1601 Cedar Street.
Hi, I'm Bob Millard, President of Thunderbolt Area Federal Credit Union. Come see us and experience banking as it used to be.
Many people treat their health like a game. With the Complete Care Health Network, it's easy to start your healthcare journey. Our mental health services focus on the emotions and behaviors that affect your overall well-being and features psychiatric, counseling, and addiction services, including our exclusive Fresh Start program, designed to help combat the opioid epidemic in our communities, plus all the other specialties you expect from Complete Care. Level up your health with us. The Complete Care Health Network. No games, just great healthcare for everyone.
At Mintz Insurance, we're proud to have been serving our customers for nearly 80 years, offering 30 different insurance products for your auto, home, and business. And to help ensure that you're getting the best rates possible, we give you up to 3 quotes for every policy, so you can choose what's right for you. At Mintz, we're part of the community, local representatives, supporting events, and proud of it. It's part of who we are. Mintz Insurance. Call today and find out how we can help you save on insurance, or visit us at mintzinsurance.com.
Welcome back to Around South Jersey. My special guest is Bill Rafferty, and we're talking about the Philadelphia Phillies. It'll be opening their season very soon. And Bill, what do you think for the starting lineup?
Okay, here's my best guess. Third base, Bohm.
Yep.
Shortstop, Turner.
Yes.
Second base, Stott.
Mm-hmm.
First base,
That's a tough one.
That's
Bill.
a tough one. Left field, Max Kepler. Center field, Brandon Marsh. And right field, Nick Castellanos.
Oh, you think they'll switch Nick
Yeah.
to right? Okay.
He can also DH.
Yeah, and of course, Schwarber's the DH.
Yeah, and Schwarber and Castellanos are your main DHs.
Yeah.
Pitcher, for opening day, it's probably going to
Zach
be Wheeler.
Yeah.
Their pitching staff is Wheeler, Nola, Sanchez, Suarez, and maybe Walker.
I hope not.
I
Not the starter. They have
I hope not either.
this. Have you seen Jesus Luzardo?
He's infamous.
Okay.
In a spring training game a couple of weeks ago, he gave up 3 consecutive home runs.
Oh, okay. I guess we won't see him much then.
While the camera crew was talking to Rob Thompson. And they talk about your bad timing.
Wow. Oh, my
But
goodness.
Luzardo, he'll be lucky to make the roster. If he
Wow.
does, he'll be the 8th man in the bullpen or something like that.
Yeah. Well, they got, in my list right now, they have Taiwan Walker listed
Yeah.
as a reliever. And I said, maybe one of those long relief roles where they're losing by 10 or something.
Yeah.
'Cause I just don't have much faith in him.
No, I don't either.
No. And of course, JT Realmuto is a phenomenal catcher.
He's phenomenal, but
You know what? They also have Rafael Marchand. That's
Yep.
not the guy that normally caught, though.
Yep.
Who's the guy that caught last year, Bill?
I'm sorry?
Who was the guy that caught last year as the backup catcher?
Stubbs.
That's right. He was a short,
But
small guy.
Marchand has had a good spring, I think. Let's see, that's the pitching sheet. Marchand. Can't be that good. I can't find him. Don't know. I just printed this out this morning, and I hope he's still on the roster.
Yeah. Let's see. I've got catchers. They do list Stubbs on the roster as well.
Stubbs is 31, Marchand is 26.
Yeah. And
Realmuto will be just around opening day. He'll be 34.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah. Well, that's a tough position for a man.
Yeah.
That age group to have to get up and down. But he's a heck of a catcher. He
Oh,
really
my
has
goodness,
to.
yes.
Yeah.
What an arm.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, very much so. I've really been impressed with Alec Bohm, and I'm glad they didn't trade him.
Yeah, I
They
am
talked
too.
about that.
He went into a slump.
Yeah, he did. But a lot of them
If
did.
you do it in May, it's called a slump. If you
Yeah.
do it in October, it's called a choke.
Joke, yeah, unfortunately.
Same thing.
Yeah, and of course, Buddy Kennedy, we're hoping that he'll make the team
Yeah.
as a reserve. And this is pretty interesting, Bill. I just read about they're trying to put Buddy into left field.
Yeah.
And one of the stories talked about the glove he's got. Well, the glove he got was sent to him by Mike Trout. And on the glove or on the tag with the glove, it said Cliffy. I'm thinking, who in the world's Cliffy? That's his real name, Clifford.
I didn't know
Buddy.
that.
I didn't either. I just read that yesterday in the
Okay.
paper. And so anyway, they're trying to give him some time. I guess he'll be a utility man.
Yeah.
Yeah, for...
I had no idea he was Don Money's grandson.
Yeah. Oh,
Wow.
gosh, yeah. 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 And great kid. Really nice person. Of
That's
course.
what I hear.
Yeah, he's a very, very nice young man. And, I mean, that's something, too, for we Millville people, when it's Millville night, if they get one, I imagine they're around
Yeah.
will. But if they have a Millville night, Buddy will be there and people can chant Buddy. And they were doing that last year when I was there. They were chanting Buddy, Buddy.
Okay.
So that was pretty cute. But like you say, after the All-Star break, Mike Trout will be coming into town.
Yep.
And that always brings a lot of Millville people there. Bill,
Sure
you
does.
said you and your
And it's a
wife.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, that's super.
Let's see what the Saturday game is.
Probably
6 o'clock.
6. Oh, that's good. It's my kind.
Friday night is 6:45, Saturday is 6 o'clock, and Sunday is 1:30,
Oh, that's
unless they
good.
move it to Sunday night.
Yeah,
Oh, I hate that if I was a season ticket holder.
yeah, yeah. In fact, my friend is like Mike Vizard. He likes the Sunday games. I'm not a Sunday person, so I'd rather watch it with my son up at his house or something. But yeah,
Well,
no, that's all right, guy.
I twice had Sunday season tickets. One was with the Orioles, and one was with the
Oh,
Phillies.
that's right. I forgot.
The Orioles, 91, and I did it because the final game at the stadium was a Sunday,
Oh, that's
and
neat.
I wanted to make sure I got a ticket.
Oh, that's cool.
And later, whatever year the vet closed, the final game was on a Sunday, and it was sold out, of course.
Yeah.
And I got a picture of the last out,
Oh, that is neat.
and I just and I can't remember the guy's name now. He was their great second baseman on the 08 team. It'll come to me when I'm driving home. But he made the last out.
Oh, that's
5
cool.
to 4 to 3 double play,
Oh,
and I got a picture of the ball between second and
oh,
first.
that's great. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something. When I had a partial season ticket plan at the vet, and it was funny. It was in section 222, row 22, seat 22, 3, 4.
Oh, gosh.
And Tina McHugh was my seat attendant. She was a phys ed teacher at Audubon High School, and she was good friends with my minister, Steve Schuster.
Oh,
They went to school together. And what's sad now about the Hall of Fame, which is still nice downstairs, Tina is still there. She has section 120 and 119 and 120. So I go down and see her and stuff like that. But in the Hall of Fame, they rotate the people. You
Oh, I didn't
have
know
the-
that.
You never have the same person
Okay.
more than 3 or 4 games. And
just remembered the guy's name, Chase Utley.
yeah, a little pretty good ball player. Yeah.
Fair. He should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he sure should.
He
be.
hasn't been retired long enough, but
Oh, I
you
see.
have to be out 5 years.
Oh, so what it is? Okay, yeah. Mickey Morandini spoke at the Elks last year, not this
Okay.
year, last year. I got to sit with him at the table, and I said to him, Mickey, you know what Dan Baker thinks of you? He goes, yeah, I'm his favorite. And because Dan told me this, because think about it. Mickey Morandini. You have all those little syllables.
Harry Callis did the same thing.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So it was like, yeah, you're right. He did it on TV and radio, and Dan did it at the PA. And what a nice guy Mickey was. He's working with the Phillies now.
Yes,
doing
he is.
Some public relations and all that kind of stuff. So enjoyed sitting. In fact, he had one of the few unassisted triple plays in
Yes, he
Major League
did.
Baseball, which is something else. It's like, wow.
My
But-
son and I, in our younger days, were umpires in Babe Ruth,
Oh, no kidding.
and we had a triple play.
Really?
Tom was on the bases,
Huh.
and I went, and Tom looks at his counter and he says, "Was that a triple play?" And I said, "Yes, it was."
Oh, wow.
And none of the kids left the field. I said, "Okay, kids, that's the third out. Get off the field."
They didn't realize it was
Nobody
a
could
triple
believe
play.
it. Well, it takes some luck.
Yeah, that's for sure. Oh, here we are. So let's see. Let me get the comments, Bill. I've been. Did you do?
Anybody listening?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I once did a radio talk show in Atlantic City, 2-hour call-in show. Nobody called.
That's tough.
The interviewer was really taking gas, and he ran out of commercials.
Oh, here we go. Stu Berman. Remember Stu?
Yeah.
Great show, Jim. All right, come on now. Here we go. Ricky Dixon, awesome show, sir. Base hits are needed. You're right, Rick. We agree with that. Steve Graff said, tell Bill I said hi.
Who?
Steve Graff, Graiff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, anniversary follower. Wes Zwiak's watching. And Buddy Kennedy makes the opening day team. You're right, Wes. That is wonderful.
Good.
We're happy to hear that.
Yeah.
I thought we'd have some German. But we told them the wrong time.
Well, it's almost 1 o'clock over in Germany.
Over there.
They better be in bed.
Yeah. What's your son doing in Germany?
He's, better get this right, Bill. He's a pharmaceutical salesman.
Oh, okay.
I call him a pusher. And
that's a good profession. And I'm sure the pharmaceutical products over there are less expensive.
Yes, they are. But boy, what a cutthroat business.
I'm sure.
He's been fired a couple of times.
Oh, wow.
But he's got a lot of talent.
Yeah.
I really admire the kid. Well, he's not a kid. He's 50. But
well, that's where my kid is, too. So.
And our daughter will be 50 next month, and she's
super.
not looking forward to it.
Does she live locally?
No, she lives in Germany. She's his wife.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's your son-in-law.
Son-in-law, yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Our son is in Hatboro.
Oh, well, at least he's not too far.
And his son is right now down at Disney.
Oh, that's nice.
And having a great time.
What's your son in Hatboro do?
He, believe it or not, he works for New Jersey Department of Transportation.
Oh, that's super.
He's a GIS person, something information system.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember what the G stands for.
Yeah.
Boy, if he's watching, I'm in trouble.
That's great. That's wonderful.
Geographic
How's your lovely wife
system.
doing?
Last time I checked, she was doing great.
That's great.
We're having corned beef and cabbage tonight.
That's right. Absolutely.
And we had a wonderful thing Saturday. We have season tickets to the Broadway Theater in Pittman.
Oh, okay.
And this past Saturday was Jersey Boys.
Oh, good.
Wow.
That's
well, I love the Four Seasons.
I do too. Oh my God, it's one of my favorite groups. Yeah.
And what I didn't know, we had seen it on Broadway a few years ago. I knew they were all from North Jersey, but I did not know they were all hoods.
Oh, no kidding.
In and out of jail.
Huh. Well, they had time to practice.
Stealing hubcaps and small stuff. It was enough to get you in the cooler. And it was. Frankie Valli's real name is Castelluccio.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And
wow.
I didn't either until I saw the show.
So you were also at the Levoy Sunday, you said?
Oh, that was 2 Sundays
ago.
The Neil Diamond thing.
Oh, God.
I said Sunday. It was Saturday in Pittman.
Yeah, right.
We have Saturday season tickets.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Saturday matinee.
That's nice.
And then dinner.
Yeah.
And
so where's one of your favorite dinner places?
The library in Williamstown.
Yeah, that is good. Yeah.
Maplewood on Delsey Drive.
Yeah.
Eastland.
Oh, yeah. Boy, I love the Eastland
the Greenview Inn, I think it's
right.
called.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And let's see.
I like Marigi's too.
Yeah, that's one.
Yeah.
And there's another place further out from Marigi's, the 5 Points Inn.
Yes, I've been there.
Wonderful Italian food.
Yeah. Well, I was telling you, I think before we went on the air, the Phillies ticket agent that I have is Nick Luciano, great grandson to Duke Luciano.
Yeah.
And last Friday night, he and I went to the Pickwick, and I had shepherd's pie. Boy, that was delicious.
Okay.
So that's at the very end of Landis Avenue, as you get to Route 40, I guess. And
oh, yeah, I know what you mean, yeah. I
close
didn't know
to
the name
St.
of it.
Augusta Prep, yeah. So enjoyed it. People were very nice and really enjoyed the shepherd's pie, which is an Irish type thing as well.
Another place we enjoy is the Mill Street Pub in Mays Landing.
I like that a lot, Bill. I saw that on Facebook just recently, and I haven't been there in a long time.
No, we haven't either.
Yeah, I always did
Very
like that as
reasonably
well.
priced.
Well, you got to take your wife sometime to the Hotel Charlesworth.
Oh, we do.
Oh, okay.
In fact, we're on a first-name basis with Sybil.
Well, I always wanted to have somebody on my show like Cher or Elvis, that had just one name. But now I got Sybil.
And he's a one-man show.
He is. He's phenomenal.
He's a great guy.
Isn't he? Oh, my God.
And what food.
Oh, it's just
I think
like
his sister
Winfield's.
is the chef.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that, but she's a great server, too. But the food is really good. In fact, George was telling me think they're going to be opening mid-April or so.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
April 14th is the opening, so I'll have Sybil on because he's an entertainer.
Oh, he is.
Did he bring your wife ever a tray of
Yes,
rings?
yes, he did.
Yeah. The only thing, he discriminates us against us guys.
Well, I can take it.
He is such a good guy, that's for sure. We're lucky to have a lot of really good
Yes,
restaurants
we are.
in our area. And as you were talking about, I miss Winfield's a lot. 'Cause
Oh,
we
I
used to
do
go
too.
there too, an awful lot of times. as
One
well.
night we were in the 5 Points, and who was there but Rick and Lois?
Well, I was telling you, I see them at the Green Olive a lot too.
Oh, okay.
On Delsey Drive, they're
Okay.
in there too, Yeah,
Nice people.
yeah. Boy, they put a lot fabulous food out there too. Great food, and I enjoyed.
I'm getting hungry just thinking about it.
That's right. But we'll be back to wrap up our program with Bill Rafferty talking about the Fightin' Phils, and we're going to let Bill tell you once again his prediction for this season.
Yeah.
And we'll do that right after this.
At Mintz Insurance, we're proud to have been serving our customers for nearly 80 years, offering 30 different insurance products for your auto, home, and business. And to help ensure that you're getting the best rates possible, we give you up to 3 quotes for every policy, so you can choose what's right for you. At Mintz, we're part of the community, local representatives, supporting events, and proud of it. It's part of who we are. Mintz Insurance. Call today and find out how we can help you save on insurance, or visit us at mintzinsurance.com.
C&H Disposal Service has provided customers with the best customer service possible since 1981. C&H Disposal Service provides trash removal, dumpster rentals, septic cleaning, repair and installation, septic system certifications, portable restroom rentals, and demolition. With great customer service and competitive pricing, C&H Disposal Service has you covered at the home and on the job. C&H Disposal Service. Stick with the best.
Did you know people litter less when their community is clean? Don't trash Cumberland County's future. At home, cover garbage and recycling cans. In your car, use litter bags to prevent trash and litter from flying out of the window. Also, keep your truck bed clear of trash and debris so our streets stay clean and hazard-free. And avoid single-use plastics such as straws and water bottles. Keep Cumberland County beautiful. Please don't litter. Visit theauthoritynj.com.
Thunderbolt Area Federal Credit Union is your hometown team for banking. We offer banking which is small town focused and customer based. We know you and we are for you. Thunderbolt Area Federal Credit Union is a nonprofit and federally insured. Solid as a Thunderbolt airplane, we are your team. Thunderbolt Area Federal Credit Union, 1601 Cedar Street.
Hi, I'm Bob Millard, President of Thunderbolt Area Federal Credit Union. Come see us and experience banking as it used to be.
Welcome back to Around South Jersey. Bill Rafferty's my guest, talking about the Philadelphia Phillies and Jimmy Higbee Shannon. Thanks for watching down in South Carolina. And Bill, you've got some prospects and some other information. Why don't you tell everybody?
Yeah, they're top 5 prospects. Let's see, age 21, 20, 21, 18, and 21.
Wow, that's good.
So they're a couple of years away.
Yeah.
Start with Andrew Painter, 6'7" pitcher, 21 years old. Missed the last 2 years. He had elbow problems and he had Tommy John surgery. But I think he'll start in Reading. And maybe in July they'll move him up to Lehigh Valley.
Yeah.
And maybe September 1st the roster goes up to 40.
Oh, okay.
They might bring him up for the big club. There's a kid named Aiden Miller. He's a shortstop. He'll also be in Reading. He's, let's see, 6'1", 205, 20 years old.
Pretty good size.
Phillies are signing big kids.
Yeah, they are.
A guy named Justin Crawford, 6'2", 190. He's an outfielder. Guy named Eduardo Tate, who's a catcher. He's only 6 feet tall. He's short.
Guy.
Yeah, and last is Moises Chase, he's only 6'1", too. He's a right-handed pitcher.
Oh, okay.
And they are considered the Phillies' best 5 prospects. I think they'll all start at Reading.
Yeah.
And if they do, the Reading Phils should have
a team.
heck of a team. The farm system, their AAA club is in Allentown, the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs.
Okay.
Boy, what a name.
Yeah.
The AA team is the Reading Fighting Phils, and we have had so many good games at Reading. That's a beautiful place to watch a game.
Okay.
Their high A club is in Lakewood, New Jersey, called the Jersey Shore Blue Claws.
I have been to the Lakewood.
The low level single A is the Clearwater Threshers. I guess they play at the spring training site.
They do. I've been there. Yeah.
And the Rookie League, they have one in the Florida League and one in the Dominican Summer League.
Oh, okay.
So they're getting there.
Yeah. Who was it? Oh, it was Nick Luciano was saying to me, Jim, baseball is almost all year long, because when you figure they finish up in October now, so you got November, December, and January, but then February they're already in the spring training, and then at the end of March they're opening the season, and it runs through October. So March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. My gosh, 8 months.
Yeah.
You have, especially if you make the playoffs, you have baseball for 8 months.
Roger Kahn wrote a book called The Boys of Summer. I think it's the best baseball book I ever read.
Oh, that's cool.
And out of that came, this is not a Bill Rafferty original, but the boys of summer go to spring training in the winter.
Yeah.
To play in the summer and get ready for the fall classic.
Yeah. That's a very good point.
I don't know who I got it from, but it's...
that's a good point, Bill. They do play winter, spring, summer, and fall.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
You know, winter is obviously the spring training, but it's in Florida.
But if you'll notice, in the spring training game, people are their long sleeve shirts and sweaters.
Oh,
it's not that warm.
Yeah, no, that's right.
And at night, it really gets cool.
I've been many times at spring training games. My daughter actually lived in Clearwater, and she got friendly with the restaurant owner down there. There's a popular restaurant, sort of like a Jim's Lunch down there, and he was actually giving us suite tickets and behind the plate tickets and things like that. Had some great tickets there. Plus, I got to see Bill Giles when I went down, sat near him.
Gosh.
A lot of the people were there. It's really very nice. It's a very nice ballpark. And
the architect of their 1980 team.
Yeah, that's right. He was.
He built it.
Yeah, he was the one.
So did Paul Owens, but he started it.
Yeah, he's what. And boy, here's one of the things that I had. It was a wonderful experience when I put together. When Mike Trout came in for the first time, I was the vice mayor of Millville, and I put together Millville Night with Mike Trout, who was coming in. So I was able to sell, along with a lot of other people, through the Levoy Theater, 5,000 tickets.
Wow.
The Phillies gave us $8 a ticket. So at $40,000 that went back to the Levoy and to the Arts District. And the real nice thing for me was Dave Montgomery called me up and he said, Jim, I'd like to take you and 3 of your guests to the Phillies suite at the Eagles game. So that was phenomenal. And I got to take my lawyer, my 2 sons. We had a ball and got to sit with some of the Phillies players and talk with them. And this was a really interesting time.
Cool.
It was, that was something that was really nice. And the last time that Mike didn't play, although he was coming in, I was able to sell the Bill Giles suite, 75 tickets there. People had a wonderful time.
Excellent.
So maybe, again, this year I'll check with Nick to see if I can get one of the suites, and I'll let everybody know, if the tickets become available for that. But I'm hoping and praying, as we all are, that Mike will be healthy this year and be able to play. But it's neat to have Buddy Kennedy on the team.
Yes, it is.
2, having somebody out of Millville is fabulous. I mean, you have 2 in Major League Baseball, Mike and Buddy, but it's nice to have Buddy at home with us here at Philadelphia. And, as we mentioned, Don Money's his grandpa, and he's just a really good guy. Don actually he worked at Latour Hardwood.
Yes, he did.
For a while. And then he did color commentary when I was doing Sacred Heart basketball. He and another fellow were doing it for WWBZ, and I was doing it for WMVB. So it was funny. He and my son Gary got sitting next to each other keeping stats, and they used to kid Gary. He was stealing Gary's stats to get cheating Gary. But just a really, really nice man.
Yeah,
very nice people. And, that's what's wonderful, to be able to meet so many good people through baseball, and you, I'm sure, did too, Bill, with your umpiring.
Oh, sure.
You know, I actually managed Little League. This is an interesting story. I managed Little League team in Millville when both my sons were playing. But my oldest son, Gary, was playing, and we had Ritter Construction, Millville American Little League. Well, at those days, they had it set up where you had Millville Night, and the team that won the city championship, there was a National League and American League, we won the city championship. So we got to go up to Vet Stadium, got to get down on the field. I got to hit ground balls. And
Oh, great.
Fly balls to the kids. And that was when Pete Rose, Mike Schmidt, all those guys were there. And I did a newspaper story 10 years later, 15 years later, whatever. And Johnny Spaeth, his dad used to be a dentist, I interviewed him, and he said, Mr. Quinn, the highlight of my entire life was being able to go down on the field and meet Pete Rose and the players and all that stuff. So it means a lot, obviously,
Sure,
to the young
sure.
people. It meant a lot to me to be able to get down there, too. It was really a nice experience that we were able to have. And we did it twice. We won 2 years in a row. So it was one of those things that worked out well. So what games will you be going to, Bill? Do you know? Have you picked any yet?
I'm certainly going to see the Angels.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I'm kind of busy in June. We have two
Okay.
grandsons, one in Hatboro and one in Germany, and they're both graduating from high school.
Oh, wow.
But it's 3 weeks apart, so we can
that's
go to
good.
both of them.
That's great.
And I guarantee you, when we finish in Germany, that our grandson's going to want to come back with us. And
Oh, that'll be
he can
nice.
twist my arm. I'll probably cave in.
Oh, guess what? Tom Rafferty. Thanks, Jim. Always love you and Dad talking baseball. Wow, that's great.
All right, he is watching.
Tom is watching. Thanks, Tom. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Sorry,
How much do I owe you, Tom?
missed the proper timing, but it says love talking. Oh, this is Larry Andrews said he loves talking to you on Sunday mornings at church.
Yep.
Or after church starts, or before church starts.
Before church.
Yeah, not after it starts. No. But Bill, it's been so good to have you again.
Jim,
always
it's been a
great
pleasure.
to see you. You're one of my very favorite people. You know that.
Well, thank you.
You really are. God bless you.
About a week before the season ends, want to do a
Absolutely.
postseason prediction?
Yep. Anytime you want.
Okay,
Love to
I'll
have
be
you
back from Germany by then.
Okay, that's great.
Enjoyed it immensely.
Thank you. I enjoyed having you, as always. Thanks so much. Bill Rafferty's been my guest here on Around South Jersey. We talk about our fighting Phils. Thank you, George Kachia, for producing the program today, and thank you all for joining us. We'll see you real soon. Take care, folks. Good night.
This has been a QBC television production, in association with our partners and sponsors. QBC broadcasts on Comcast Cable Channel 22, and live streams its programming on Facebook and YouTube. All rights reserved by Quinn Media and QBC, programming that serves the South Jersey market.